not healing. Where the hoes at? Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Dyme and we back at it again. This is your first time here. Welcome. Come on in and grab a seat. However, if you've been here before, then you're already a part of the babe gang, because I'm hoping that means you're subscribed. However, if you're not yet a part of the babe gang, make sure you hit the button down here to subscribe and the bell. Tap in with me. Make sure you don't miss anything else because we get it popping over here. I've already shared with you guys that I'm going to be doing a lot more relationship and dating content. So I will be making a playlist for that. So make sure you look out for that content if that tickles your fancy. However, if you like the other stuff, then join me for that stuff too. Today, I'm going to be talking about the things that I'm going to need to see before I get into a relationship. I just feel like at this point in my life and at this grand regal age of 30, I just don't think that women should just hop into things or just be chosen to be chosen without having any method to their madness or rhyme or reason. That's just not where I am at this point. And because this channel is about going onward and upward, I'm going to be sharing my journey and the things that I've discovered, and hopefully I can inspire you to live your best life as well, and not just in terms of what it looked like, but actually what it is. So before I get into a relationship, there are a few things I just feel like I need to see for myself, and there are also some things that I need to see in the relationship. So I'm going to be sharing a couple of those with you, but I definitely for sure will be sharing with you the deal breakers that I need to see in me before I allow myself to join a union with someone else. And I'll tell you why. My hopes are that with me sharing with you my journey of cultivating my next experience with a significant other, that this will somewhat inspire you or charge you to make sure that you are doing those checks and balances for yourself and putting into yourself the work that you would want somebody else to put in for you. Because ultimately, people treat us how we treat ourselves. I think every single one of you guys are special, and I want you guys to make sure you are really putting yourself first, and you are collecting data so that you guys can cultivate your experience. You guys can curate a grand experience for yourself, because otherwise, I mean, that's what we hear. We curating the grand experiences. So, all your old relationships, all your old situations, yeah, boo-hoo, it's over, it sucked that it's over, or maybe it sucked while it was going on and now you're happy it's over. Whatever sentiment you're experiencing, you learn something from those. You learn what you don't like, and you learned what you do like. You learned what you don't want no more of, and you learned what you do want some more of. And with that, you hopefully were able to gather some information about yourself, about things that you wish you could have done differently, you wish you would have done differently, or things you just want to be able to do differently going forward. And I have too, so let me share with you. Number one, I feel like before I get into another relationship, I want to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. And when I say self-sufficient, I'm talking about internally. I want to be able to self-soothe myself. I want to be able to rock myself like a baby. Okay? I want to be able to say, baby girl, you're going to be okay. You sad. That pissed you off, didn't it? It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. What do you need right now? You need something? What do you need? I want to be able to do that for me. I want to be able to do that so well for myself that when it comes up, I don't have to call nobody. I want to be able to soothe myself so well that by the time my significant other gets whiff of it, he's going to be like, baby, it's going to be okay. Or once he starts to reassure me, I'll be like, baby, you know what? You're right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for being there for me. And I'm able to see that he's being there for me, and I'm not in shambles, and I'm not depending on him to be there for me. I don't want to be emotionally dependent on anyone. I would like to have a shared emotional space with my mate, but I don't want to depend on them, because I never want to experience any level of emotional codependency, and I don't ever want to experience any level of emotional deficit. And I feel like that starts with me. Okay, I feel like I want to be able to reassure myself in such a way where even if my mate doesn't agree, because you're not always going to agree with your mate, even if my mate doesn't see where I'm coming from, I'm able to look myself in the mirror, look myself in the heart and say, you know what, you got this. And you know that you got this because you know every other thing that you did before. Look how you had that. I need to be able to speak to myself in a way where I do not need my mate to speak life into me. I want to be so self-assured, so self-soothing, so self-loving that my mate is a bonus. Okay, I'm not looking for my other half, I'm looking for my other whole. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I want to be able to hear my own voice. I want to be able to know the difference between my voice and the voice of others. Now, you probably already are grasping what I'm trying to say, but I think that a lot of us, all of us, have grown up under different conditions and different conditioning. And so a lot of thoughts that we have on our day-to-day basis about different things that we might experience or might take part in, a lot of those voices are not our own. Prime example, a lot of us have heard, put a coat on that baby, they gonna catch a cold. It's cold outside. But colds don't come from cold. Colds come from germs. And a lot of us have never really broke that down or thought about that because, I mean, we just go with what everybody says. That is conditioning. I want to know my own voice and my own thought and my own stream of consciousness outside of anyone else. I want to be able to know it and feel it and recognize it so clearly that even when I am in a union with someone else, I know what's me and I know what's them. I know when I'm blending. I know when I'm consciously conforming. I know when I disagree and when I agree. And I think that's super important to be able to remain your own person in a union. A lot of us get into relationships and we lose ourselves. And I think it's super easy to lose yourself when you are not sure who you are. Who are you? What do you stand for? What is your personal code of ethics? What are your morals? What do you believe? I don't want to be in a union with someone and I'm like, yeah, whatever they say, that's what they say, I agree. Even if it's unbeknownst to me that that's happening, because when you don't have a strong idea of what's going on inside of you, what's going on in here, sometimes you can just kind of merge into other people's lane. When you're in dummy mode, you can merge in other people's lane. If your car is in cruise control and you're not paying attention to where you're going, you can merge into somebody else's lane. I don't want to be merging in nobody's lane. I want my own consciousness. And I want to be like, baby, you know what? You could possibly be right, but have you ever thought of this? And I want to be sure that it's me and it's not nobody else. I'm not talking about just my mate, but I'm talking about I want to be sure that it's not influence from a friend. It's not influence from a parent. It's not influence from the media. I want to know what is it me? And I think I'm doing a really good job at coming into that space. I think I'm doing a really good job at knowing when to detach and when to say, hold on, how do I feel about that? You know? And so, yeah, that's number two. Because I want to be able to give my opinions and feel strongly about those opinions. And also allow someone else to have their opinions. And allow them to feel strongly about their opinions. Because I have my own identity and I won't fear them going somewhere and doing something else that doesn't coincide with what I want. Because I feel like as people, as humans, I love because I'm a lover. I don't want to be dependent on the thoughts, the agreement of someone else. We don't have to agree. But I want to be sure that I have my own thoughts so that in the event that we do not agree, I can understand not agreeing because I got my own. It's okay if you got yours because I got mine, okay? Cool. Number three, I need to be good at perfecting my boundaries. And I know that some of this stuff I'll be able to do on my own, right? Some of the stuff I should be doing on my own, which is what I'm doing. But at the same time, a lot of this stuff will be done relationally, like I won't be able to really hone in and really perfect it and really, you know, get it all the way together until I am in an actual relationship. But I want to be able to really have strong boundaries and enforce them and feel shameless about them, right? I think especially when you love people, especially when you get into that space where it's like, you know, you're one leg, they're the other leg, y'all really like close, it gets easy to let people impede on your boundaries, and it gets easy to let people do things that you normally wouldn't let anybody else do, right? So if you would say, hey, I wouldn't let my homegirl do that to me, but you let your man do it, you need to question your boundaries. Why is it okay that they do it, but it's not okay that your homegirl do it, right? Because obviously you don't like it. So why would you allow somebody that you spend most of your time with, you possibly sleep with, you possibly live with, and when I say sleep with, I'm not talking about doing the nasty, because obviously you're doing the nasty, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're spending the most of your time with this person. Why would you allow them to do something that you wouldn't allow anyone else to do? And that means that your boundaries have been compromised in some type of way. I don't want to be in another relationship with anyone else until I can say, hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, look now. I done already told you. These are my boundaries. And be able to enforce those boundaries in a way that is not disrespectful, in a way that is not passive aggressive, in a way that is not explosive. I want to be able to do that. And I feel like I'm finally in a space where I can say that I'm getting closer to that. I'm in that space where I'm like, no, I said, no, this is a deal breaker for me. You do it again, it's a no. It's a strong no. I'm not bending. And that's one of my things, because you get into a union with somebody and you can't assert yourself in a kind, loving, respectful way, then you will become a people pleaser or explosive or both. And how is your relationship going to be healthy if you don't speak up for yourself and you don't assert yourself and you say, baby, I love you very much, but remember when I told you that I needed 15 minutes when I come in the house from work to decompress before you start asking me questions or before you start asking me to do stuff? I really do need that. I love you. I'll see you in 15 minutes. If you can't do that, but you feel like you need that, then you're going to end up taking less than what you want. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to become resentful. You're going to become upset, right? And then also, if you don't do those checks and balances for yourself, you're going to end up showing that person that you're with that it is okay to give you less than what you deserve. And ultimately, that relationship isn't going to go anywhere because they're going to end up abusing you. You're going to end up abused, and it's going to be a cycle. So for me personally, I don't ever want to be in a space where I'm allowing somebody to impede on my personal boundaries out of love or out of lack of wanting to have conflict. I am breaking some cycles, and for me, I don't ever want to be in that space again where I am doing things that do not serve me, that are indicative of a lack of self-love, because I'll be damned if I get into another relationship and that person don't love on me how I want to be loved on. It's just not happening. Number 4. Before I get into another relationship, I want comprehension and communication to be present. And while the other ones I shared with you guys were about me and me being, you know, self-aware and self-accountable and all the rest of those things that I've observed about me, I think this is one of those things that I need to see before I get into another relationship. I'm talking about full-blown comprehension, full-blown communication. And this is why I say that. I am a communicator, right? I like to talk. I like to speak. I like to share ideas. I get excited by, you know, conspiracy theories. I'm an Aquarius. It's in me, right? However, everyone is not like that. And I'm also very intense because I'm a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising. So some people are very passive about their feelings and don't want to communicate them. And then some people are willing to listen to you, but they don't want to share. And then some people don't want to listen to you and they don't want to share. There are lots of different combinations of that. And then you have those people that want to share, want you to share, but don't hear anything you're saying. And so there's no comprehension, right? And then there's, as a result, no solution. I don't ever want to be in a relationship where there is no comprehension or clear communication. I want to be able to say, hey, you look a little down. What's going on? Right? And that person be able to tell me. And if they're not able to tell me, they can say, hey, I don't really know what's going on with me right now. Can I have a few moments, or can I tap back in with you later? I would need that. Okay? I would need that. Because I know me, I know my triggers, I know what drives me crazy, I know what makes me feel unsure, I know my attachment style. So I'm gonna need something that is a little gentle on my wounds. And I can't deal with any emotionally unavailable people or people who are unable to communicate or comprehend or hear me. And so, break that down a little bit further. Comprehending is the big thing. I could tell somebody something and they could hear me, but if they don't actually understand what I'm saying, then we aren't going anywhere. So I think that that's another thing that is, not I think that I know that that's another thing on my deal breaker list. If we can't communicate, we can't be nothing. We can't be anything, because I know me, I know what I need, and not being able to communicate with my partner would really put me in a tailspin. You ever seen that post on Instagram that say, don't leave me wondering, because I'm going to wander the fuck off? That's me. I just can't. Number 5. In my next relationship, I have to feel safe there. Safety looks different to everyone. Everybody needs different things, but I would need to feel safe emotionally, and I would need to feel safe mentally, and I would need to feel safe to be myself. I think in previous spaces that I have been in, because I have such a large personality, because I am a speaker, because I am a people person, I attract a lot of certain type of men, and most of those men don't like my personality. They like how it makes them feel initially, but then when we are actually in a relationship, they're like, whoa, okay, like bring it down. And it kind of pushes them, or kind of puts strain on me to become smaller. And before I get into another relationship, I need somebody who likes me loud and proud and 100% me. I am not fitting it into any more spaces. And I think if I could do anything to encourage any woman out there, it would be to never settle, never fit in any spaces that don't accommodate you, because it's going to build resentment for yourself, because you're going to feel like you're playing small, and you will be playing small, and the universe will respond to you playing small, okay? Because you cannot cheat the universe. And then 2, it's, why are you playing small to make somebody else happy? Why are you accommodating someone else on your back? For what? That's not love. That's sacrifice. And it's an unnecessary sacrifice, because anyone who dates you or loves you should be able to accept you for the way that you are and all of your glory, while also adding to you and helping you become a better version. That's the whole point of relationship, to increase the abundance, multiply. And not just in terms of the reproductive sense of the thing, but also internally make a person better, assist a person in growth. And if a person wants to keep you small, they're stagnating you, and they got their foot on your neck, that ain't no place for you to be. And so I never want to be in that place ever. And I have to make sure I feel that level of safety and that level of accommodation for myself, my personality, who I am, everything that I have to offer, all of the abundance that I'm going to step into. I got to feel like this person is on my team. I can't be sleeping with no ops. For 6, I also would have to see what the sex is like. The sex must be good. We must be sexually compatible. Because in my opinion, I feel like sex is a buffer. And most people will say that couples who have good sex lives and have consistent sex lives and have sex lives that appeal to them both equally, even though it might not be equally every single time, they are able to really sustain connection. And I feel like for me, I would have to be fully enthralled in our experiences, and I would have to fully be happy with the sexual connection. And this is not to say that any of my previous sexual connections were not good. That's not what this is about. This is me saying that before I get into a relationship, I would have to check on that first and make sure that I am, I'm in that space with them. And I you know, agree with their kinks, and I see things the way that they see it. Also, as an addendum to that, I also want to know what their thoughts on kids are. You know, do you want more kids? You know, are you, you know, looking to produce anytime soon? What are your thoughts on children? So the sex life and the reproductive thing, we would need to be on the same page about that. And we would need to be able to utilize our sex lives as buffers when we do run into problems where we might feel a disconnect. And I would want us to be able to connect in that way so that there are no other connections being made. I think that that's very, very important, to make sure you see eye to eye on the sexual side of things as well. And seeing eye to eye on the sexual side is not you faking it while somebody says that they pleasing you and you just saying no. If it's not good for you, let them know, because you are not a blow up doll, and you do not have to sit there and let nobody jump up and down on you. Don't let nobody just utilize your body for their pleasure and you not be present and you not be getting that same thing. The O is for orgasm. I'm here for a good time, and if it's good, I might be. As you see, I haven't added I need to heal, because I feel like I've been doing, you heal every day. You heal every day. Every day has some component of healing, and I'm done healing. Where the hoes at? You know, I'm really excited to see my growth and to see how my growth will curate experiences that I enjoy. Because if I am able to advocate for myself, speak up for myself, enforce my boundaries, know what I need, not be codependent, then I think that I will really bring people into my life and in my space that meet me where I need to be met and treat me in the way that I feel I'd like to be treated. Because if you don't love yourself, then nobody else can love you in the way that you would want. Nobody's gonna do the work you won't do. Ain't nobody gonna come in and say, you won't love yourself, let me love you. The only people that do that are women that are unevolved. Don't be that woman to anybody else, and don't depend on any man or any other person to do that for you, because everything you got is all in you. It's all in you. You got this, okay? You really do got this. Like, you don't need nobody to come in and do anything for you. You would desire to share that load, but you don't need them to. And I feel like this is a prime example, and this is a prime place for you to be, even if you are already in a relationship, to start this type of work for yourself, so that you know that it doesn't matter what's going on outside of your person, outside of your body. You can do what you need to do. So it doesn't matter. Your mood, your life, your trajectory is not dependent on what anyone else is willing to do or not do for you. And because you'll love yourself so much, you will know when you need to cut ties with somebody, and you won't wait or continuously do things that do not serve you, okay? I believe in every single one of y'all. Like I said, I think all of you guys are super special, and I just want to make sure that we're all doing our part to treat ourselves in a special way, so that the people that we bring to us and the people that we manifest also treat us in those ways that we deserve. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. By the way, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to say thank you. I hope that you are already subscribed, and I hope that, you know, you're excited for the next video. The next video will consist of me talking to you about oh my gosh, did you make it to the end of the video? I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to just go ahead and say thank you so much for watching, and let you guys know what to expect on the next video. On the next video, you can expect me to be talking about my 1 year, 1 year and 6 months post-op experience, what I think, my thoughts, any regrets that I might have, etc., etc. If you're interested in that video, stay tuned. If you're interested in that video, make sure that you hit the bell and you make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.